Soon as we step on the mic, man, you notice the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap it right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every age. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. You know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the communities, personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. And of course, I'm your host, Coco. We have my amazing co-host, DJ extraordinaire, Big Bosco from the Bronx.
Yo.
And joining us early again this week, your favorite, we just gonna say our permanent guest.
The Drew.
Beautiful, the creative, one of the best artists in Baltimore, the Jude.
Hey y'all.
How are you guys?
I'm fine. How y'all doing today?
Good. Before we start, I'm gonna say one thing. Tonight is gonna be very unusual. And I say unusual because it's no specific topic.
That's that Vogue right there.
So it's been a lot of things that were sent to me. So we're gonna cover some relationship stuff. Bosco's gonna cover some political stuff, and y'all know Jude just gonna bust out with something. So that's how that's gonna wrap.
All right.
Sound like a plan? All right. So
yeah.
Hey J Bear. So we're gonna check in. Hey Mike. Ain't Mike supposed to be on the cruise?
Mike, what are you doing here?
Right. So we're gonna do a mental health check-in. So I'm gonna start. My mental health, I'm gonna say, is great. I had an amazing birthday. I know she doing her daughter hair, so but shout out to Tiara Johnson, my sissy pop. She did that. Yes, she did. This was one of the best birthdays.
We got a cut.
I had.
Got a cut.
Okay, you got a cut.
You got a cut.
You got a cut on the phone?
Yeah, you got a cut. Got a nice little cut. I see you. Uh-oh, he in the water. He in the water. Look at that sunset, man. That's a nice. That's gonna be a nice beautiful sunset, man.
Okay.
All right, Mike on the road. Oh, there he is, the
kid.
What's up,
Bosco, you real rude though. I was in the middle of my mental health check-in.
I'm high.
Ooh. That's their birthday people.
Right. Anyway, my mental health is good. Had one of the best birthdays I think I had in forever. This is definitely one for the books. A lot of it was a blur. Mike and Jude, thank y'all for being a part of the surprise party. I was definitely surprised. I ugly cried. But I'm gonna say my PTSD is still there, but I think it's getting a little bit better, but not where I needed to be. But other than that, I'm chilling. What about y'all?
I would say this to those who are watching the show right now. I'm smoking right now. All right, listen why. As some of you guys know, I got prostate cancer and I had them hot flashes. This right here, no hot flashes. So if you see me a few times, blow it out a few times, this is my medication. That being said, my mental health is great. Next man. Or woman, man.
I'm a man today.
That's why I said woman, man.
I can't be outnumbered.
Oh, all right, I'm a one man. My mental health is good. I'm in a good positive headspace. Yeah, I've been chilling. Hey, belated birthday, Coco. Even though it's big Gemini season, Pisces all day, and
No, it's your pace. Your time has passed. It's
we
Your
warm
always
time has
outside.
here.
passed.
We
It's,
here.
it's warm
We here
outside.
all the
Give
time.
my
Hey, Rich.
it's
Hey,
done.
Rich.
All the time.
Delete Jude immediately, please.
All the time. shout out to the Geminis. Always represent Pisces. Hey, y'all, I just want to let y'all know I wore my Pisces shirt, my Pisces jacket at the Cocoa Party.
Yes, you did.
I ain't even had on mine. I was twisted.
That's cold blooded though.
I was twisted. Look, I ain't even kid. I don't even remember that.
Next.
So my mental health is cool.
Yo, you on that cruise?
I'm relaxing.
No, I know.
I thought I'd pop in before I run to dinner.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the surprise party was cool. Seeing Jude in person was mind blowing.
We'll talk about
recovering.
that. We'll talk about that.
I told you.
We're gonna talk about that, Mike. We're gonna talk about that.
Okay, I gotta go, y'all. My daughter keep calling. I'll be back. I'll be back though.
All right, man. All right, man.
Damn. How do Okay, how do I do this here? I don't even know how to.
Can you meet him, Rich? Thank you. All right. Who else?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be on tonight.
Okay.
All right.
I'm getting dressed now, so
Yeah.
they're having
Enjoy it,
an all-white
man.
party.
You wrong, Rich.
Why?
He did that to a man at that time. Hey, leave that up there. Leave that up there. Yeah, enjoy it. Hey, enjoy it, Mike,
don't do my
man.
boy like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was in I did the Bahamas. We did something called Perfect Day, which was cool. So JB, I got hella pictures, bro. Like this, like I said, like I'll be on the roof. Like
that view you
that's my
showed,
view, bro.
yeah, that view was dope, man.
Yeah.
But I'll be back Friday. So
All right.
I gotta figure out what I want to do for my birthday because mine up next.
Mine right. Yours is what? I know mine's right near yours.
Yeah, mine's the 14th.
Oh, mine's before yours. Mine's the 9th. Okay.
Oh no, yours
yeah.
the 9th. You're on my mother's birthday the same.
Right. It's that season,
Yeah, right.
y'all.
See, confusion.
Yeah.
But if I get, well, I might not get done. They having a captain's thing,
Okay.
so I'm about to get swagged out and show out for a little bit.
Enjoy that shit, man.
But I came in to make sure. I mean, y'all know I'm alive. I'm on this water.
Oh yeah, we seen the
And
water.
I know Coco Punk ass was too goddamn drunk. We was wasted, my G. I put a gallon of Patron. That shit was gone, bro. They slaughtered that joint.
That's my niece's favorite right there, that Patrol.
Yeah.
Listen.
And she didn't even know all the dancing and stuff she was doing. And I was like,
who me?
yeah, man. He was dancing and all, bro.
Hey, Coco enjoyed her birthday.
Who was Dub?
I don't know.
Nobody want to get on.
I'm gonna give him the link though.
Yeah, so because somebody got to take my place.
You know who that is?
I have no idea.
Open conversation, Dub. We got some questions, but we got like open conversation, yo.
But I don't want to be rude, so let me go.
Nah, do your thing, man.
Well, I'll see you when I get back. We gotta take a trip to North Carolina to go see Bosco ass.
We'll see you when you get back. We gotta go on with the show, man. Come on.
So screw me now because I ain't in town. Mother snucker.
Enjoy your vacay. Enjoy the vacay.
All right, peace, y'all.
All right, Mike.
All right.
I'll be into my Vogue tonight, y'all. So
okay, so for Dub on YouTube, the conversation is going to be. We got some questions from.
My mouse.
From relationships. Basco going to throw some political stuff, and Jude is off the whip. So today is going to be a little bit of everything because I got some questions that came in.
Yeah, I'm talking about aliens.
Me too.
All right.
Hey, you probably got to put that
Am
link
I
in
starting-
in
you going
YouTube.
first?
I can go first.
Please, thank you.
All right. Yeah, my thing is these pardons. And I know presidents going back to whoever, regardless of party, they pardon people. But I think you have to. These guys got to do time. When you violate people, you steal their money, you destroy their lives. You got to do time. You just can't go to court like my man. A couple of days ago, no, yesterday, he was supposed to report to prison yesterday. Trump pardoned him. He was doing like getting ready to do 12 years. He's not doing nothing now. And I think it's unfair that people commit these crimes and whatever president. We're talking about 47 right now. Just say, hey, now I'm gonna let you go. I mean, what's up with our justice system, man? What's up? How you doing, Doug?
Hey, Doug.
How are y'all doing?
We're doing well.
Doing
Where you
I hope you
from?
guys are having a good day. You having a good day?
Oh yeah. Where you from, man?
Originally Bay Area.
Oh, okay. West Coast.
Cool.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
All right.
So
Very
we
nice-
talk about
nice
a little
meeting
bit of
all you guys.
everything. So we talk about a little bit of
Yeah,
everything. So we welcome you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no problem. We speak freely, respectfully, and all of that good stuff, but you can always speak your mind, okay?
Yeah, but speak your mind.
And we got some questions from some supporters, so you can join in on that.
Look at J Bear. I thought he was Rick Rude.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, cool. All right, so anybody, you finished Bosco? Anybody want to add to that?
Yeah.
That was Rick Rubin.
You on the record? Def Jam Records. Someone got to start Def Jam.
What have I missed, y'all? I
Nothing.
keep getting these calls.
We just started the conversation. I was talking about the pardons. I said how the presidents, regardless of who they are, they just pardon anyone. I said, some people don't even go to jail. I said I felt some people need to do a little bit of time and then pardon them. Don't because when you're destroying someone's lives and you cold busted dead ass, you got to go. You got to do your time. So now you got people who got cheated out of their savings and everything else. They don't have anything, and they thought they got justice when they got nothing. And this is not just 47. This is every president I'm talking about.
Feel
So
like it's a joke.
Yeah, it's like you letting them know, like, hey, don't worry, I got you.
It's
But
a joke when you.
but if one of us, any of us, I don't care what one of us did it. Us normal people. Oh shoot. Oh, we're doing our time. It's not going
Some
to
of
be
us
any.
get pardoned too. I don't think it's done yet.
No, I'm talking about. But you got to do your time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't mind the pardons, but you can't pardon someone before they even walk into the jail. They got to be punished, man.
Yeah.
They got to be punished. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said if any one of us did it, normal people, regular people.
They got that Monopoly get out of jail free card with Donald Trump on. That's the same card to pass.
I think it's with any president, man. I just don't like with any president, man.
Well, see,
Yeah.
we can't stop doing that, but I mean, they all do that. At the end of the term, they all do that.
What about
Am I
you got
echoing?
anything on that one?
Am I echoing?
A little bit, yes.
A little bit.
Dub, what's your thoughts on? You got any thoughts on the pardons, or you not really into the political thing?
I don't necessarily like pardoning. I think I'm a little bit echoey too. Am I echoey?
Not really. Is
Not
it?
really.
Okay. So I'm not a big fan of pardons. And the reason being is because it's people like Fauci that really pointed out to me. It's basically that's a red flag to tell the entire community something along the lines of you don't really want to know. You know what I mean? Because if you knew what was up with that, it doesn't matter what color you are, this, that, the other one. Everyone's going to be pissed off. You know what I mean? So it's one of those lines that it doesn't have color lines. It just has lines that were poor people basically were taken advantage of. and even the middle class, you know what I mean? But maybe the upper class, they get away with, like you think of like Aaron Rodgers, right? He said he took the shot and he didn't take the shot.
Didn't take
You
the
know
shot.
what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Biden's son, I don't like it at all. Fauci, I definitely don't like it. But
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like if they're gonna be giving a part into anything, it need to be clearing up some of our debts. I mean, you know, they don't believe in, you know, us paying, you know, taxes or the federal government, then they should be clearing up some of these debts. These student loans, you know, shouldn't be so expensive. Healthcare shouldn't be so, even part and stuff. You know, I'm just saying it could be, if you commit a crime, us in America is so, you know, lack with how, you know, you're making certain people punish, suffer or do time for certain crimes. But in other countries, man, I ain't going through that. You do a crime, you do the time. You feel me? Not saying anywhere. I just feel like we could be focusing. The president can be focusing on better things than letting criminals free. Like for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we traded that guy for Brittany Griner.
Yeah. The Lord Award.
Shit ever.
Lord Award.
Okay, somebody got TV on?
Is that my? Let me see. Okay,
That might be mine. Hold on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a little high.
It's always Bosco. You have to excuse
it. Ain't me.
It ain't me.
So,
but I was gonna tell. Hold on, before you go. I was gonna tell Jay Bear that if Master P take that Teflon Donnie some money over there, C Murder can get at.
Yeah.
That's all he wants is money. He wants money. Money hungry, grubby person.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I mean,
okay.
Yes.
But to a certain extent, I think that the gentleman above me on the screen, he's right, because he said that it's kind of always existed this way. You know what I mean? Every president is a part of these things. Now, I think that because our society has become so like overburdened with a lot of different issues that typically, like in the 80s and 90s, you probably would have never, heard about, that maybe a lot more is being swept under the rug that we know. You know what I mean? Like, is a man, is a woman? All this stuff is just too much. And then he looks like a hero because he simply points out that, paper straws were never a good thing. We're going back to plastic. Oh, what a hero, right? But what's going on behind the scenes? That's what I kind of think about it.
Right on, right on. What's up, Mark? That's my fellow Giant fan, homie.
Okay.
In the building.
So
yeah, what that Burkina Faso president doing?
Oh.
Yeah. I like her.
Baby. I love it.
All right, I got a question that came through. So excuse, it's going to be a little bit all over the place. If your partner's mother does not like you, would you still continue with the relationship, or is that a deal breaker for you?
In the beginning, my late wife, the Q was in the building. Her mother didn't like me. She couldn't stand my ass. But it's not because I'm not dating her mother. So I mean, it doesn't. It's not a deal breaker with me. I mean, I don't care. Like my daughter's mom's, the one you talk to. My daughter's 22. Her mother never liked me. She can't stand I call her Broomhilda, and she hates it, but that's how I see her. No, it's not a deal breaker with me. I don't care. That's mama. No, I ain't say that. Nah, no deal breaker.
I don't think it's a deal breaker, but I think it's a little bit added stress. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't want to say stress in that way, but sometimes, especially if that person has a close connection to their parent and that parent doesn't like you, it's always I think it could be uncomfortable for the person because they may seem caught in the middle.
Mhm.
So at some point there may have to be some boundaries or something set, because it's no way that if you have this close relationship and the mother or even the dad don't really care about the person that you with, it's always going to be some sense of tension somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a slippery slope, and I think you have to be extra super mature, and I think the person will probably have to have a realistic conversation with that parent to say, look, this is who I'm with, but da 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 da, and these are the boundaries that's there, so nobody can feel like they're being slighted or chosen over the other one or something like that.
Yeah, when my late wife, the thing about it, she didn't like me, but she got to know me, and I was her favorite son after that. And even now, you know, my wife been dead since 2017. We still chop it up whenever I go to Charlotte. So, yeah, so it worked out, you know. Now, if you're just an ass, you know, I can't do nothing for you, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna leave your ass with your mama. Hey, for real, I ain't got time to be playing. So it's a few things. My opinion on that is different. I gotta know if your mom's single, because it's a different kind of miserable there. She lonely,
I got you. Yeah.
so she's a
Right.
bigger nuisance. She's a bigger pain in the ass. She mean because she lonely. I ain't got time for that shit. Now, if your mom got a husband, your daddy need to get your mama. You feel me? Like, for real. Because they got, I don't give a fuck. You feel me? So it's like it depends. If your mom's single and she mean and she miserable and she being mean to me, she want to be your girlfriend, you go with your mama. Y'all stay the fuck over there. Your child gonna be lonely forever because you mean and miserable. You need to go when your mama start dating. Maybe me and you can date. Now, if
Now
you know,
hey, if
your
it's her
mama got
father,
somebody.
if it's her father, it's a deal breaker. You know why? Because I might have to knock his ass out.
Now, see you there. That's what I feel you on a woman. So I'm not about to deal with your mother smart ass mouth and shit. Every time I come around, she got something to say. Look, I'm gonna tell you, fuck your mother. You feel me? And I ain't like that. That's why I'm glad. I love my girlfriend mother. That's like she like my mother. Being her like once. I ain't
I'll
gonna
tell her
lie. I
I
think
go look
she
here.
my fave mother-in-law is gonna be my mother-in-law one day. I don't give a shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
Even then, her daughter ain't got to get married. She's still
Yeah, I
gonna be
gotta
my
whoop his
mother-in-law.
ass.
But can I clear something up for us single mothers? And I'm gonna say mother. For us
Yeah.
single, all of us not like that. So for us
Okay.
not like that, I respect all my children. Like I have older kids. I
Yeah.
respect that. One of my daughters are married, of course, everybody knows. And you know, of course, my sons, they, you know, had their girlfriends or whatever. I don't get in the middle of that shit. And the only thing I ask is don't put your hands on my
That's
kids.
it.
I will be
That's
angry.
it.
But
Put your hands on my daughters.
I respect boundaries. I don't get in the middle of it. I tell them y'all got to figure it out. You talk to your partner because
That's what I be saying.
I'm going to take stuff all the way forward. Do not come get me unless you need to come get me, but I'm going to still push you back over that way first. Did they put their hands on you? All right, it ain't my fight.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Coco. Don't
They be
all the
calling me
girlfriends
and I
be
be like,
liking you? All the girlfriends probably love you. Don't they?
But
They be want you to
no,
be their
I'm gonna
mother.
tell you. But then, okay, so let's change the conversation a little bit. So let me tell you about the
No,
girlfriend.
don't change it yet. We'll go.
Oh, don't
Don't
change
go.
it yet.
We'll go back there. Don't.
It go with what she's saying, because sometimes
and you know she got a short memory too, so you know she gotta say that shit now.
yeah, because sometimes they
We
think
all got short
that's
memories. We
gonna
get
keep
hurt.
my kid with them, or if I like them, that it's gonna make a difference. I don't have no say. I don't tell my kids who to date. I'm like, whoever you date, that's who you choose. And I have nothing to do with that. Just because my son or my daughter introduced me to you, whatever, it ain't up for me to like you, because I don't have to deal with you.
I be feeling
You
sorry
know,
for
but
my
they
daughters.
do a thing that, oh, if she likes me, I'm in, and they think they got, you know, nah, that's not how that
Hey,
works.
my
No,
daughters know
I
how
don't
to
mean in that way.
my daughters know how to
They
climb
do.
walls, man.
You know
I
they
be
do.
feeling sorry for the dude.
Listen, I'm just
My
saying.
oldest one, she be climbing up people's fire escape and shit.
Woman, we love the mothers. They step back, don't let shit get too bad. But we love the mothers that be like, you grown, you deal with that. Don't put me in your shit. Cause some mothers want to get right in the middle. That's my kid, whatever. And something this big can be blown that big. And now me and your kid both down the bookings.
Yeah, but I do
Right.
feel like I do tell
That's why I was a deal breaker with the father with me, because
no,
I'll
now I
definitely
will
go to the
tell
cell.
this is time There's been times where, like, if their partner came to me, said something, I always let them know I don't choose a side. What's right is right, is wrong is wrong. If my kid is wrong, I'm gonna let my kid know it's wrong. I mean, I gotta tell them that they're wrong in front of you, but I will let my kid know you did wrong. This is what you're doing. But don't come to me. And if I'm on the outside looking in and I see that you got some bullshit with you, and don't come to me for and you don't want the truth. But and at the same time, like I tell them all, you're young. Date y'all too. If you're not married, you two don't be all of that extra stuff. Y'all supposed to be having fun. These are the fun years. Have fun. That's it. That's all. Y'all be
still
doing
a fun years for me.
Huh?
It's still a fun years for me, and I'm gonna be 61 in 2 weeks.
Right.
Geminis.
Hi, Quentin. Gemini season.
What's up?
How are
What's
you?
up?
Oh, Quentin, meet Dub. Dub is also new to the panel tonight. He clicked the link.
What's good? What's good, Dub? What's good?
No, I'm doing good, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, man.
So y'all gotta answer the question. What y'all think about that? If y'all got like me.
Go ahead, Quentin. Go ahead, Quentin. Get it.
It's,
everybody know Quentin about to go say something. Well, let me get my seat right.
Go ahead,
Did you get hey Q? Did you get the whole question?
About the baby the parents getting in the relationship?
No, let me read it.
Yeah, let her read it. Let her read it.
If your partner's mother does not like you, would you still continue with the relationship, or is that a deal breaker for you?
Oh, yeah, I've been through that. Several times.
Please tell.
Several times. Most of the time, the parents don't like me because I'm me. I've dated pretty much the entire color spectrum: black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian. Don't matter with me.
Box. The whole crayon.
I'm a crayon box. I'm a Crayola baby. You know what I'm saying? And and they look at me. They were like, oh, why you dating him? He's black and this, that, and the third. But then when they get to know me and then start understanding me, they be like, oh wow, he's not like the other blacks. I'm like, and I'm looking at them like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not like the other blacks.
Look at his face.
You put me in this box of this category that I'm supposed to be this ignorant. This, I don't know what we gonna do about that today, boss. But we sure's gonna get that corn out there in the fields today, boss. How we feeling, boss? Nah. I'm not like that. I'm nothing like that. I am nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I am nothing like that. And then they be like, you're so articulate. I'm like, what else am I supposed to be? You're so smart. Oh my God, you're so smart. I was like, and I'm looking at them like, who are these other black people you hang around? You hang around dumb black folks. I don't hang around dummies. And then they were like, yeah, my daughter really likes you, And then next thing you know, the sexual question comes up, right? And we already know where that's going. Oh,
is this the mother? Are you really still talking about the mother?
Huh?
Are we still talking about the mother? Where you going with this?
Yeah, the mother.
They be getting in the sex life. See, that's what I mean. These mothers be fucking
the daughter.
nosy.
I had a situation, Jude. Like when I was living in Charlotte, right? I think I was 28 and the girl was 19, right? We were at the dinner table. She told her mom how big my joint was. Seriously. That was, and I looked at her like, hey, oh my God, he eats it like nobody's business. I looked at her like, what the?
She told that to her mother?
Yeah, she told her mother this.
Ooh.
And I looked at her like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? That was a fork dropping moment, right? That table was quiet. And everybody looking at me, and the mom up there looking at me, and I'm like, oh, I think the mom wants me now.
Hey, bro.
That's
bro,
what I'm thinking.
I have to interrupt you there. Who paid the bill? At that point, who paid the bill?
Oh, we were at their dinner table, right? 'Cause I was at their dinner table, and it was like, do you know when I walked out of that house, right? When I walked out with the girl, I told that woman, I said, listen, I told my girlfriend at that time, I said, why are you discussing our business with your parents? Why? Well, I just never had it put on me like that, Daddy. Oh my God.
Hey, yo, Q.
Yeah, I want you to keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants.
She's trying to get the menage a trois going on.
Right. And I know I said, and I looked at her mother, right? And I was like, no, I would not date her mother. I would rather use somebody else's hand to get me off than to deal with her mother.
Damn.
Because her mom looked like you ever see you know how certain people don't age well. They age like milk, right? They age like milk, right? You know, curdled milk. You know, when it's been sitting out for a week. That's how our mother looked. Look, her mom had more crevices. Her mother had more crevices in her skin than the Grand Canyon.
So yo,
okay?
so
You
cute.
were saying she smelled real bad, bro. I mean, I was like, I definitely wouldn't pay at that point.
No.
way.
Hey Q, you say her face so ugly you can stick it into the East River?
Yes. Yes.
You know what? That is so. Yeah, that's New York.
Yes.
That's New York.
Yes.
Wait, you on timeout for a couple seconds, Paul? What about
That's
you?
that New York, yo.
What about you? What about you?
That's that number.
What
That's that number
about me? I
5
mean,
line.
That's
What?
that Bronx to me. I keep telling people about that.
If
That's
they
that
don't
Bronx
know,
to me.
they don't know. They better ask somebody.
Hold on. Bosco high. Bosco cutting everybody off tonight. Go ahead, Paul.
Look, man.
what about me? I don't know nothing about none of that stuff like Q was just explaining because I never been in a situation like that. Now I have been in a situation. I have been in a situation where the mother knew that I had been with the daughter, and then the mother still tried to get with me when I was on work release. This was why I was locked up. I had quite a few adventures. That's why I say if somebody's locked up, they are gay, then they make that choice to be gay.
That ain't the question.
They make that choice to be gay. I'm telling you what, I was on work release, and the mom happened to see me down there. The mom knew I already been messing around with the daughter before I got locked up. So now the mom see me down there working, and the mom tried to give me the business too. So you know me, I'm locked up.
Y'all
So what am I supposed to do?
Tonight.
So what am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm locked up. I'm on pass. What am I supposed to? I'm not on pass. I'm on work release. So now you can come down here. I done been locked up for a while. You know I used to mess around with your daughter.
That wasn't the question, though.
But what was the question?
Like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. You look just like your daughter, but you're a couple years older. I don't care. Come over here. We're going to the room.
And that's about what happened at that time too.
Coco.
I mean, I was young. I was enjoying the moment. But you know, I ain't never had the mom just dislike me. As a matter of fact, the mom loved me. So I mean, I ain't never had dislike me.
Coco, he wanted to know the question.
I was on something else.
I think I should go to the next one. I feel like I should go to the next one.
Go to the next one.
All the way left. So thank you, Q. It's usually the send it another way. All right. Bet. So hey Tiff. All right. This one. I like this one. Can someone who's never been truly loved know how to love you?
I can tell you no, because I know for one thing, I know I'm a hard person to love. I mean, I'm not an ass, nothing like that. But I just know I'm a hard person to love. I can't say that.
But
I
what do you
still
think?
say no.
I say no too, and I think, and I can say that from experience. I know, especially when I was younger, I did not know how to because I didn't understand what it was to be loved. Only because when you're everybody know I come from a family of prideful women, so it's different with the emotions and all of that stuff. It was kind of
Mhm.
not there. You know what I mean? So when you don't know how to really channel and express yourself or have that emotional expression of how to navigate your feelings and express your feelings, it gets awkward in relationships. And I can say early on, a lot of my relationships, it wasn't like a lot, but most of my relationships failed, or I couldn't get to that next phase because I didn't know how to really express or love or show someone how to love. I had to learn how to love myself. So a lot of times you got to go through that period of getting to know you, loving on you before you can love somebody else. So I learned that over the years, and as I got older, I was like, oh shit, I've been doing it wrong. But it's different when you love you. So it starts with loving yourself before you can, because nobody else can complete you with love. You gotta have it already. And I think a lot of people, when it comes to questions like that, they think they can seek love and that fulfillment within somebody else. They supposed to add on to it, but you gotta love you first. So that'd be my little take on it. But no, I did not know how to do it when I
With
was
that, with
young.
that being said, can you explain relativity?
I know you lying. What is going on? Can I explain what?
Can you can you,
I'm
can you
I'm on
explain what
real
E?
good tonight.
Can you explain what
Something
E ver? What's that shit? Can you explain what E equal MC square is? There, you,
I wasn't
you
good at
just
that.
when you explain everything else.
Put it down. Just put it
Why
down.
my picture keep
Keep
coming up
doing
there?
that.
Why my picture keep coming up there like that with my teeth? I want to take them damn things out because I tried to put them on because I didn't want to scare nobody with my teeth not being in tonight. But damn, why is that picture? Oh, y'all can hear me. Oh, damn. Oh, y'all can hear me. Damn, I'm thinking, oh, my.
What is going on? Y'all on my nerves.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
god.
go to Dub. You knew. Maybe you can help. How was
Hey,
you doing?
Dub, the show
Welcome to
don't
the
even
show,
go like
man.
this.
No. You came at the
Welcome to the
right
show.
night.
I think
This
I'm the only
see,
sober one.
this is why I smoke weed, y'all. This is this is why I waited. Look, I'll be 61 in 2 weeks. I didn't start smoking weed up until like 2-3 years ago. I did it once in a while, but I didn't start smoking it 2 years ago. Had I known when my brother was telling my ass, bro, you need to smoke this shit. Yo, you need to smoke this shit. When he was like calling me a little punk, little bitch, everything else. Had I smoked it, well, cause man, he knocked my ass out. And he tried to get me to smoke it, but had I smoked it then, hey, Dub, I know you the white guy on campus, but I gotta say this. Nigga, look.
How you know he not? He could be
Oh god. That nobody else that New York shit
Bro,
there.
hey,
I'm just
listen, I got my nerd glasses on and everything. I came
hey,
prepared. I
hey,
didn't have
hey,
my pocket
hey.
protector,
What was the question? What was the question?
Um,
exactly.
can someone love? Can someone who hasn't? Can someone love you who is? Let me get it right.
Can
Can
someone who's never been truly loved know how to love you? I gave my answer. Clearly, it was too philosophical because everybody up here on a cloud.
that shit was like Nasha? That shit was like Nigradalis, man.
I
I'm a
don't know.
teenager, so of
I
course.
feel like you can do anything with work with time. You feel me? I mean, for real.
I just drunk something. I'm on spin.
No, for real. Listen, hear me out, right? if you truly love a person, they don't know how to love. You feel me? But you what though?
Hey, hold up.
You can do anything but
Time must have stopped. Like, who is this? Heather Mitchell.
Listen, I'm just saying, think about it, friend, you know. What's that?
real serious though, like she was getting ready.
You can do anything with time. I'm telling you, man. You can learn. You can learn how to love.
Okay.
I believe in love.
Under the influence.
And who's Heather talking to?
I mean, I believe in love. I believe in love, but that lust thing is a motherfucker.
It is.
Question
Yup. That's why I got 6 kids.
What was the question? What about lust? What about lust?
Let me find
I love lust.
So I'm in tears.
I'm a lusty individual.
They call me the lusty monk, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't lusted. I don't even play them games. I don't even want to talk about love.
I'm 60
We
now.
That sins, and I know I'm going to hell for that one.
I'm 60 now. I've done loving.
I'm hot.
I'm lust till I rust, man.
That's what.
That's the question.
Hey, that's what Ronald Isaac said on that song, "The Sexy Face." He said he's so in lust.
So lust.
If you listen to that song, he said, "I'm so in lust."
Sing
He
it.
said, "Give me that sexy face, and I pull up, bite your bottom, baby." Yeah,
That's
so
my
he's so in
song. You
lust.
was getting them. I know that's right, Paul.
Hey, Coco, check this out. You know what?
His ass ate
You can't.
Your video. You know what your video look like?
What?
Your video look like you at one of them little sex chat rooms and shit.
He looked like he in a counseling section.
I know, right? What? What?
She's helping all us with our problems. My name is
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
Like you on some pro bono
I
shit,
think I'm
you know?
a dude.
Look like
I'm practicing.
Look like
I'm
Spike
practicing.
come to her
And I
house.
open up that good
Yeah.
come through.
I'm high. All right. Okay, what was the question? I already answered it, right?
No, you did not answer nothing tonight. You answered nothing tonight. Nothing. You a zero.
He answered the first question.
Tell you that. No, don't let her tell you that. Hey, your brother, I got you because you're a little bit high. So don't let her gaslight you at this point. That's not good.
Because I know the two questions I answered.
All right. How do you know the difference between lust and love?
Well,
John, first.
Okay. What's the question?
How do you know the difference between lust and love?
Oh, that was a real question?
Yes.
Oh.
That's easy. Shit.
That's a good one.
Lust is over in about 2 minutes. Love lasts a lifetime.
This on Dub.
Go ahead, Paul.
Oh,
okay.
Well,
Dub got things.
I mean, yeah, lust lasts for about 2 minutes, and love lasts a lifetime.
Yep.
You can get your lust satisfied real quick. Your love takes a lifetime to last. That's the difference.
Sometimes lust can linger.
Love doesn't have to
I
involve
know.
sex.
Lust is what I'm saying is lust is no more than a 2 or 3 minute sex act. That's lust.
You sure?
And then it can be numerous times, but it's still just lust. I don't care how many times it is, it's still just lust.
Yep.
If you don't love that person, what is it?
I
It's
tell
lust.
all the women, come to my site, peter.com.
I can linger.
I'll give you the sweet, baby.
You know what? Okay. Let's throw some kidding.
It's on Dub. It's on Dub now, yeah.
And can you zoom everybody out? This is blurring my vision. I went bifocals.
Oh, I thought that was me. All right, Dub, it's on you.
Oh man, she just got me right there. She interrupted me, she busted my shit up. I'm all high anyways, and now I'm all busted. No. I don't know. I think that I think that it's possible, but it's the realization that the Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect or whatever you're looking for, there's always someone hotter. There's always someone who's got more money. There's always someone who XYZ has a better car, better house, better this, better that. And then you throw that in with a little bit of, you know, at a certain, I think we come to a certain realization when we're older that you're kind of on your own. And no matter who it is, like you might think, oh, my brothers are always going to have my back. Oh, this and that. Maybe not. And then you realize you're always on your own. I was just talking with one of my buddies, and it's like at the certain point when you get that realization, you're like, well, you know what? My opinion is my opinion. And now I know myself a little bit better. And my opinion is my opinion. And everyone else, because you're kind of alone, it's almost like you can F off. And then if you have two people that come to that realization, but one of them has never learned to love before, there's a reason why. It's because they didn't really know who they are because they were relying on other people. But then when they realize they're alone, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like if shit's hitting the fan and everybody turns their back, you're on your own. And then you'll learn a lot, hopefully, and you don't fall into the, you know, the swirling toilet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you're able to pull yourself out of that, I think they can love. I think they can. They can learn it.
You can do all
so I'm not the only one that's high here, right? I'm not the only one that's high.
All things with time.
Oh no, I'm high, Paul.
You can learn.
Okay, I will make sure everybody else on here is high as well, right? Because brother took us all the way back to another thing. I thought we was talking about lust.
You talking about?
I'm in the middle of job hunting, so I can't really get high because just in case I get a call back, which I haven't gotten yet, due to this stupid ass president with his tariffs and the economy and all that. But I have to keep my urine on guard right now.
That's fine. Don't worry, we'll take care of that.
Okay, I'm just wondering because I thought we was talking about lust. Hold up, what my man said about lust?
He actually combined. He said it could be learned.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Well, you know what I got to say about lust? No, lust is when you come over my house and we fucking, and I'm asking you where you leaving. Love is you come over my house and we fucking and I'm what you saying? Where you going?
Yeah, see, that's where, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good ass example.
No, but that's
don't leave no toothbrush. Don't leave no nothing. But when I give you a toothbrush, I love. Listen, that's love.
Yeah.
I don't know, because sometimes people be in lust and be giving out toothbrushes too.
Yeah, they crazy. They crazy. You ain't getting a toothbruch. I don't need no trace evidence of you in my house.
I don't even cut my car off.
You don't live here. You don't live here.
Cut my car off.
You cutting the call. Hold up, you ain't gonna be here that long. We can take you right on back out where you came from.
Yeah, you can tell when it's lust because if the relationship was just built on sex, then lust is pretty much involved in it. Right. When that disappears, will the love show up and will the love stay? That's the main question. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why people get it misconstrued. Because when I say it lingers, because you can have great sex with somebody and y'all keep going and going, and that shit can last months, sometimes years. A lot of times people really don't get to know the person until they're like, wait a minute, do I even like you?
Yeah, but
I know I like
sex, but that's not love, though.
Being intimate with each other, and I think that's the whole point of like dating. But a lot of people confuse lust because it feels good, and they think, oh, because it feels good, they're in love, and that's not necessarily the truth.
No, you know you in love when if it's horrible and you still there.
Yeah.
Like,
when you ready to kill somebody.
Think about it. If you hear some of the stories that you hear, like from something, like you just be like, I mean, you know.
And when you know you're ready to kill somebody, like you ready to cut, you know you love that person. That's not lust.
When somebody cut all your damn clothes up and set them on fire.
They love
That's
you.
the kind of shit I'm talking about. No, that motherfucker crazy. They ain't in love with us. That motherfucker crazy. Who the fuck will replace my clothes now? The fuck wrong with you?
Be bleaching your
All
shit.
right, let me go to the next one.
Yeah, we still got a whole hour left. Dang.
Can we focus, please?
Okay.
So I need the other lady to come up though.
The who?
So the other lady.
Oh yeah.
It's only.
So
She ain't a lady tonight.
Meet yourself. She is a lady. Meet yourself. You.
No.
I'm a woman.
That's what I said. She's not always just a lady. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I identify as her. Him.
Yo. So the question says for the lady part of you, are you comfortable with a male gynecologist, and do you think men should be allowed to be one? This came from my husband.
Can I answer that first? I know it don't really apply to me.
Like I said, ladies first. It's for the day you don't listen.
But don't let Bosco tell us about his coaching.
Listen. No, listen.
You ain't hear what she just said.
Listen.
Hey,
Like
but
I
you
was
know
asking-
what? We can flip the script on this question and say, when you're getting checked by a woman, would that make you happy? And I'm like, hell yeah, it does.
Me too, though.
Like I was saying, well, my question, like I was asking Coco earlier, what makes a man want to become a gynecologist?
We ain't getting there yet. And I told you earlier when we see you're making this chaotic. We talked earlier about this. I said let's go through the first part first and then get to that. I know you have.
Oh, I didn't know that was in the list.
Chaotic.
Oh, go ahead. Answer the question.
Being comfortable. Honestly, me personally, I've never felt comfortable with male doctors, but I've learned as I get older, I'm starting to gravitate to wanting one. Because of the attention to detail to a woman's body. No, I mean you can't control that some men are perverts, but some women are too. But ever since I was a young girl, I'm gonna tell you a story. When I was a young girl, when I started developing boobs, I have a young mother. Though she had titties too, we didn't understand why I had not so much chest. So her and my father took me to the doctor, and the Asian male doctor that I had told me, instead of explaining, he told me, "Take off your shirt, let me see," and I felt violated. I was a little girl. I was growing titties,
so
but I didn't know that.
Are you saying women are perverts too? Wait, where are those ones at? 'Cause I ain't met those ones yet. I don't know.
They be on the news every day.
Women are perverts in their own way. They do be checking guys out. They do be looking in between the dude's legs to see what he packing and all that, but they do it on the sneak. We do it.
No offense to the women doctors out there. It's just that certain it depends on what field you're. I'm just learning that it seemed like some of the men, I had a really good female gynecologist, and I've had a few of them over the years, but have had to see, men, and like when they were out on vacation or something, and the experience and the treatment was just different. I don't know if it's because it was the man or whatever, but
I got an experience too, and it was cool because at first it was cool because I went up to the receptionist desk and she was like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" Like nice voice and everything, and then the doctor came up and she was like, "Hey, I'm glad to see you," and I was like, "Whoa, I don't know what that is." He kind of got it though. He kind of got it. What it was. Maybe it was a different identification. I don't know.
That was one of them.
I was joking for real.
I'm gonna add to Jude. I agree to a degree. I think when you're younger, sometimes the comfort is with your same sex for a woman, especially when your body is changing, because you're still trying to figure you out as far as like your body. But as I got older, and then when I worked in GYN and working with OBGYN doctors, I worked with some of the best male OBGYN doctors. What I did notice was that the women were great, but the men were more thorough. I'm not talking about looking in the coochie. I'm just talking about when it came to running tests, making sure you were diagnosed properly, explaining to you what was going on with you in a way where as though you get it. And it's like it's something different when the man is explaining to the female like what's wrong, how to fix it, what to do, and those things like that. I think it depends on, it's all in preference, so to speak. And then also, I know I always bring this up because it has to be brought up, it's also culture. A lot of people culturally, women won't see a male, they have to see like a female. So a lot of things will intertwine, but I think it all depends on your personal preference, because there are some women who only want a man, and there are some women, even no matter how old they get, they prefer a woman. I think it's all in your personal preference.
Yeah.
But there are some amazing male gynecologists.
I
It's real
think men
personal. You
become.
got. I'm about to
Go
say
ahead,
real
Julie.
personal. They gotta get all up in your girly parts. So anybody, and then no bull crap. I think from that one case here, I know, and I'm pretty sure it's plenty other ones, but that one case, just to see like the extent, you going into the gynecologist's office, you exposing your most private parts of you, and you want to make sure that the person that you are sharing that with, like, to the point, my last my new one now, but she knew she younger, I kind of really like her, but my old one, I had her cell phone number, you feel me, like I could call her for anything in general. Yeah, I don't know. It's something about dealing with a woman, but I'm not gonna lie. If you ever
You
dealt with a
see,
man, you kind of understand.
here's what I think. Ultimately, if I can butt in on the subject, I'm sorry to do so. I mean, I realize. I mean, I'm not a woman and all that, but I think it's something like this. You can walk into the office, and if you got the female, she's gonna be like, "Oh, how's it going? Oh, is he hitting that good? Oh, you don't need to worry about anything, girl." And then, but if you got the male, you'd be like, "Sniff, sniff, sniff. Yeah, we got some problems here." Oh, no laughs. Come on, that's some OBGYN shit right there.
I ain't messing
I'm
with you.
gonna tell you
Bad
why I'm
joke.
laughing. No, I'm gonna tell you why I'm laughing. Because depending on how long a person has been with their GYN, whether it's male or female, that's how they begin to start to talk. Look, he was cheating. Check me out. And that's how they go in there. And it's literally because you build those relationships with, like, especially the person that's taking care of you down there. If you've seen somebody like 10 years, and that's why you see some people like, I'm not going to nobody else. Like, I had a doctor for over 10 years. I'm like, Jude, had a phone number, all that. When she left, I was like, I get used to somebody else. You know what I mean? Because I was surely, she was like, girl, what do you want? And I'm look, got a new man. Come on, you already know what it is. You get what I'm saying? So she knew. So we really do sometimes it be like that. Even if it's with, like, I've heard some people when they familiar with the male. I told you I worked in gynecology. They will be like, look, doc, and they just cock their leg open. What is this? And you be like, ma'am, wait a minute, we ain't get that far yet. So that's why the men gotta have a female in with them, because they will cock them legs open real quick.
Yeah, regardless if it's a
10
male or
years.
female, they got an extra. Whichever the doctors, they always got the little tech in there.
Mm-hmm.
10
sorry, go
years.
ahead.
10. Don't be saying you sorry. 10 years she grew up with that coochie. But men become gynecologists basically for the Star Trek.
Check this out. Check this out. When I was going into the military, when I was going to the military to be a doctor. I wanted to be a surgeon. I wanted to work on brains. Real talk. It's real shit. I'll be honest with you. When I was going to little nursing school and shit, and they even talk, when I used to hear the little females talk about the gynecology shit, there's no way I could have been one.
They was talking about the gynecology stuff in school. I ain't even know about nobody know.
Yeah, they was like, they were talking, and I used to sit there eating and shit. You know, we had my little break, and I'm like, and they was like, yeah,
especially
we was at the tables.
You were eating. That's
just the one thing they used to tell us in the healthcare. So when I first got in the healthcare, especially with nursing, they used to be like, from when your conversation changes, a lot of things don't turn your stomach. You talk about the most randomest things that most people like, why? Because you're around it all the time.
Yeah, and it didn't bother me. You know, it didn't bother me because I was watching horror movies like at 6, 7 years old. That's why my daughter crazy because she watched the same shit. But I used to look at it like that, and I was like, "Yo, what up?" And they were like, "Huh?" And I said, "Yo, what up?" And they would say they would chill and get back to eating. I'm like, and it didn't like turn my stomach or nothing. It's like me and my man talk like yo later. I said, "Yo, though they be seeing that shit. They be looking like," and we was like, "Man, we should be GYN dudes." It was the pervert in our minds. So that's why I was like, I said, "Nah, I'm not going."
You know what it is like, okay, let's say
you grew out of that.
If you took it to a perverse level, like, do you think that honestly, a man doctor is gonna really? She walks in, you're like, oh, everything going on, the body. She's talking like she's really smart. I'm overhearing her talk, all that stuff. And then you're like, whoa, what is that? And you obviously aren't very smart. And my goodness. I bet down the street at the bar, no money, and bought you one drink would probably be able to hit that. And then she just lost all her cred. You know what I mean? I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to know none of that business. I'd rather keep the image of seeing her in her beauty and her shape and be like, I'll keep that. You know, I don't need to know nothing else. I probably ain't gonna even talk to her anyways. She'd probably shoot me down, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Come on, Dub. You got to have some game, player. You a player, man.
Okay, this one is kind of deep.
Somebody's gonna shoot you down, man. Man. Don't talk yourself out of that, man. Talk your talk, player.
Bro, you know what? I don't want that cottage cheese on my hot dog, brother. I don't want that. No. She can go give that to the next guy. I'm leaving that alone.
My man,
cheekbeater.com. That's CHEEK beater.com. Cheek beater.
What?
I'm the president and I'm also a client.
You do you, brother. You do you.
That part.
What's the next question, man?
Okay, next question. Hold on. I think we talked about this one. We said it's gonna be a good one. If the person you are with is labeled as a sex offender, but it happened, I'm sorry. Y'all gotta listen to it. Okay, if the person you are with is labeled a sex offender, but it happened when they were 20, and he was 20 and the girl was 16. Well, I'm gonna just say they because it's a mixed thing. They were 20 and the other person was 16. Now that they are around your age, could you still date them, or would you be embarrassed that they still have that attached to their name? Like, say for instance, this was the second part that they put with it.
Oh, okay.
Like, say for instance, they didn't know the other person lied about their age.
No, I couldn't, because once that person is a sex offender, that's what they are labeled as, and that's what I'm going to see them as. That's how a lot of us men get jammed up by we thinking this 13-year-old girl, she looks 18, she got a nice body, she's well developed, and then come to find out she's 13 and we didn't already smashed her, and then here we go, oh my God, I'm about to go to prison for forever. So no, and then she comes out well, I'm sorry, we smashed, years later. No. That's what the problem is in society, right? And I know it's in the milk, I know it's in the food, the steroids and all of that. That's causing everything to be well developed in a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? They look great, but I ask for ID when I talk to women.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask for ID.
They got fake IDs. That's how a lot of people got caught up, jammed up back in the day.
Right.
Some bros had some fake IDs saying they was one age and they was really another one. So, I mean, I think that's the point of the question, is to say like you're your age now. Let's say this was their past.
Yeah.
And then it happened. So, yeah.
Well, check it out. If that's the case, if it happened when they were 20 and she was 16 and they're my age now, there's a reason why.
The person lied about their age.
Okay, I'm still gonna say it. The reason I'm going by the letter of the law here in North Carolina. The reason being is, if I'm 60 now, we're talking 40 years has passed. If you're still a sex offender on that list, you did more than what you said you did.
Mm-hmm.
Because here in North Carolina, after 10 years, you can get off the registry. Unless you did some real foul shit, then you got to stay on for 30. That's why I'm saying like that. That's why if I'm going by the love of the Lord here, it was a little bit more than he just found out that she was 13. It was more like he knew she was 13 and da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean?
J-Man said, was that person charged and served time? I don't know. I guess it was like a hypothetical question as to get our thoughts about it. So it just says back in their time, like this was their past, but the person lied about their age and everything. Like they didn't know.
Oh, I know somebody who went through something like that.
I think this is definitely a question that is geared towards women, because let's face it, it's not usually one way or the other, it's one way. And this is a question that's directed towards a man doing something to a little girl, or a girl at the very least, we can say.
I got your point.
So this is a question that is directed towards the ladies on the panel, because this doesn't happen the other way around. Be like, oh, it's no problem for me. As long as she ain't got no gynecology problems, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like,
no, a lot of women don't make it on the registry for like pregnant men, but they do make it on there for like children. Statistically, more men make it on there than women for all types of ways. But for that specific thing, I do know somebody who got in trouble for something like that. The girl looked older. She lied about her age. He legally was older than her, so he ended up with a charge.
Yeah.
And his dating
back in the day, though.
It came up. Yeah, it did. And
that used to be a thing back in the day.
It came up, and a few people was kind of mad at her for messing with him. His girlfriend for messing with him. But the whole thing was like he literally was just an older guy who was messing with a girl he thought was older, and she wasn't. She dressed older, she act older. She even spent the night over his house. Says a lot about her parents. And when the parents found out his age, they had him arrested, and he's on the sex offender list. So I feel like I'm with like Bosco. Like it would depend. I would still be worried. Especially if I see that he was like attracted to younger girls. Even if like and because I date women, like if I dated a woman and she was on the sex offender list for fucking with young girls or a young girl, and I mean if she had a pattern with messing with girls that was like her children age, then I would believe that she was a pervert.
Yeah.
A perv. I don't know if I can say that. A perv.
I had a classmate from school, and in high school in 1977, he was 16 and he got caught up with a little chick over in the projects who was 13, and everybody else over there in the neighborhood had been knocking the girl off. But he got caught over there by her mom and them, and he got charged for raping her. She said that he raped her. So he got charged with that. I don't know. It fell under sex offender, but they gave him a life sentence anyway. He ended up going to the youth center first, and then they transferred him from the youth center to the adult prison, and kept him locked up for damn near what, 30 years or so on the life sentence. But he finally got out, right? And you know he got him a pretty good woman in his life and everything, and got married, I believe. But that right there, that kind of stuff will really mess a person up. I mean, he was 16, she was 13, but everybody over in the neighborhood knew what was going on with the little girl. And I'm saying, for them to be able to drop a charge like that off on you as rape or a child of sex offender, whatever like that, something like that, that's a real cruel thing to apply to. That's a real cruel thing to apply to a person, especially a young person.
Yeah.
They just especially, you know, how you know, like how Bosco and I grew up, where we grew up at.
Yeah.
The drug dealers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Big
saying?
time.
Drug dealers. How do you attract the girls? They get the girls with the jewelry, with the flashy car, the fur, the 8-ball jacket, the whole shebang bag. And you know, girls are attracted to that.
They looking like Cameron.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. Like even here in Baltimore, it was the same thing. Like
same thing.
I remember being in like middle school, it was like the guys would pull up in their Legends, their 300s or whatever, you know, with the Pally Pals and all of that stuff going. And you knew they was older. They wasn't even in school, and they was like older guys, and they was messing with the young girls. But the thing about it is I don't want to say crazy, but it was like overlooked a lot.
Of time.
It was like back then it wasn't like how it is now. Like even though you knew it was wrong, but it was still like, oh, I'm gonna go. They used to hang out at the schools, and when school let out, they be all lined up and picking who they wanted. They was the R. Kellys. Same thing.
They line up now, get shot.
I don't think it was like a specific. I think it was all around. But I think as time went on and it be, you know what I mean. So I look at it like growing up in those times. If somebody would say, hey, you know that and disclose that information, I think I would be very apprehensive, because I'm like, you know, because you don't really know a person's true intentions or what they're capable of, especially if you're a person with children. You know what I mean? You're gonna, you know, you ain't gonna want, because you ain't gonna want to take that chance. Because what if they really do prey on kids?
Coco, something struck a nerve with me, because you're mentioning people who have an attachment to whatever that is. Now, he just brought up a scenario that's kind of like just sad. It could be sad, a sad story, but you're attaching something else that is malice, because if there's drugs involved and they're drug dealers, they're doing different kinds of things. Someone who's 16 years old doesn't even know what's going on. They're still just, you know, reaching around in the bubble, trying to, the world's spinning. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, it's not that I can excuse it, because that's a very tough question. But I mean, come on now, dude. If you know that people are doing drugs and stuff, that it's malice. You have malice in there too. Now, did the other person, were they like feeling like they were in love or something, and she was fully formed and stuff and acted differently? Hey, man, I mean, I don't know. Who knows the answers to these things, right? Maybe they could have actually gotten married eventually. You never know. So it's a tough question, but with the situation that I guess his name is Paul brought up, that's kind of odd. I would say that's really odd. To get through for 30 years in that.
Yeah, but realize this right here. We talking about We talking about back in the 70s. Like I said, this was in 1977. And you got to realize back then, like y'all say, the guys was pulling up to the school now and all that kind of stuff when y'all was in school. But back then they was doing the same thing, but they were older guys way older guys, because the girls our age weren't getting pregnant by the guys our age. They were getting pregnant by guys much older out of school. Them guys way out of school and stuff like that. So I mean, like my teenage sisters, my older sister got pregnant at 13 by a guy I know he had to be at least 20 years old. And the same thing with my sister when she was 15. So back then, them older guys was taking advantage of younger girls, and nobody was saying nothing about that. So for a 16-year-old boy to get snatched up the way that they did my man, that was really messed up on so many levels here. And that showed people really how the law was working here up in these mountains. And when you try to tell people that stuff like that actually happening, they don't believe it. That kind of like lights a fire up under them, because these people have always been some rotten ass people, especially when it comes, even though I got into my family and everything, and I love the ones in my family, but when it comes to interracial stuff back in the days, and you get caught up with them girls like that, they would lock your ass up. If you was a black young little man, they would lock your ass away.
Yep.
And so many of them got locked away for that. Nobody really cared enough to really stand up or say nothing. Nobody really had the nerve to stand up and say anything. I watched a whole lot of young guys. Like I said, I ended up in prison at 16 for breaking into a store with some other guys, but they got off. They got probation. I got locked up. But I mean, that prisoner pipeline thing was an actual thing that they used. They didn't care how they used it. They used it to take black youth off these streets, indoctrinate us into a system, and keep us going back and forth into that system, and creating a door for recidivism. The supply for the demand for cheap labor and all that. So it didn't matter. So I say they ruined a man's life, a young man's life, because he was messing around with a white girl in 77. This was just in 77.
So, but you're getting okay. So what I want to say on that end is you're getting into kind of some different stuff, and I understand what you're saying, but I mean the rules still apply for everyone, and so what I'm trying to say on that end is, for poor people, you ain't gonna get away with it. We're gonna pound you. I don't care whether you're whatever color you are. It don't matter. You're gonna get pounded. If somebody wants to pound you, you're gonna get pounded.
Did you hear what Bosco said about the laws here in North Carolina and the age thing?
Let me just. But guess what? The pardon for who? The pardons come for who? It ain't coming for anyone but the rich. So throw me in the poor boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pardons ain't coming for regardless of what I do, because I'm a poor person. But they will come for the rich. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the scenario, because you're bringing it into like a skin color thing, and I don't really like to go there too much because it's kind of not fair. You know what I mean? At this point in time, I don't think it's fair, but everyone has their own opinion.
I agree with my statement into the, because
okay, hold up. Can I reclaim my time like they do on the Senate and stuff? Like my girl Jasmine be doing, constantly reclaiming her time. Can I reclaim my time for right quick and respond to that? Because this right here, he's talking about bringing us something that he doesn't understand, and he doesn't like to go there. I'm letting you know something I lived and seen this, and it had everything to do with color, because as I said, did you hear what Bosco said about the age thing here in North Carolina? That's a major thing here in North Carolina, the age. And 16 to 13 was not no age requiring a rape charge on a young man.
You know, North Carolina got a lot of real foul laws down there.
Yes.
It's just crazy. Just because
and they applied that to him because of his skin color. Because white boys that age didn't get stuff. I hate to cut you off, Jew. Because white boys that a same age doing the same doggone thing right here in Asheville, North Carolina in 1977 was not getting sentenced to no life sentence in prison. So yes, it has a whole lot to do with the skin color.
Check it out.
Don't tell me that.
I can see both sides. I really can. I can see both. I really can see both sides. So I mean, I'm not just saying that the quelling, knocking anything. I'm just saying, but I do see both sides.
Yeah.
No, I
What?
get
But
both sides too. That's why I said it wasn't the thing. I'm sorry, Jude. I get what Paul was saying about the 1977.
Yeah.
Color aside, what I was saying was I think in each generation there's a different form of grooming. But today we
Yeah.
have different technical things that's bringing a lot to the forefront that's not hidden because during those times we also got to be real. In our communities, we had that you don't tell what go on in this house type thing going on or what somebody else was doing. Everybody was creeping. So when I said the guys were like lined up outside, you had, like I said, you had the R. Kellys or all of those things. It's always like kind of been a thing. Um, Paul is from a different era, so I get where he's coming from, but he's also in the South. Whereas though here in Baltimore, it might be a
deep
little bit
self.
different, right? It may be a different type of thing, but it's kind of looped in. That's why I always bring culture into it because even though we might be the same race, but we in different places. So it's different laws, different things, all of that stuff for for different people. So I definitely get both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. What I got that Coco was saying. Well, I think that's the female in me. We was talking about men. If the guy got the what's it, the sex offender charge, right? And when
Hmm.
she would mention about the guys hanging outside the school, she was basically saying it's a difference in the type of charge, how you got that charge. If you got a sex offender charge, and then I found out that you was the guy that was hanging outside the school, the high school, middle school, picking up the girls, you knew that these were young girls. But if you was out and like y'all see how some of these young girls look today, and I was one that did not look my age. You feel me? When I was
Hmm.
growing up, I looked older, so it
Oh,
was easier to tell somebody that you be 16 and you say you 18.
right.
18 is the legal age. Now, I've been an older woman and seeing how men
16
press up
here.
on me. You feel me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying though, but at one point in time, well, I don't know
Oh yeah,
about
yeah,
no
yeah, 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 yeah.
18 is
Was
technically a
18?
legal
Yeah.
adult age, you
Adult.
feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah. I got you.
For you to be able to, give legal consent without going to jail, you won't go to jail, that person 18.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
got you.
you can be 50 and that girl is 18, she's 18. No matter
Mm-hmm.
how nasty everybody may feel as though that is, or how many people don't like it,
Mm-hmm.
she's legal and she's given a consent, an adult given consent to dating you.
Yeah.
But if you are 25 and you hanging around the high school and you're dating the high school girls, you could be hanging around the college campus dating women in college, but you're dating high school girls.
Hmm.
But if you're like 7-Eleven and some girls and their friends, in 7 walk in and you feel me, you just so happen to, hey, you cute,
Yeah.
blah, 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 and y'all get to talk, y'all exchange up, y'all get to talking, and she tell you
You see,
she 18, you feel me? Like that's
but
a difference in, you catching
Jude,
that charge,
don't
you preyed on the girl.
Jude, Jude, don't you think that just like Coco's example with somebody who's doing drugs and they're selling maybe whatever, what you just mentioned is another malice intention because they're hanging around spots where they know they can almost be a predator
That's
to.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
exactly
that's
You
what
know
I
what
what I'm
I'm
said.
saying.
saying?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what she.
that's
That's what she's
exactly.
saying.
So that's what I was saying. Coco was explaining the difference. Like because it was asked, the question was, would you deal with somebody who had the charge? And she was going into detail saying, it was like a catch-22 with you having kids and worrying because if she found out that this guy was one of those guys, doing
Hmm.
instead of like just a random guy walking down the street and got a girl's number. That's some normal stuff. And if she lied, you feel me, and you got in trouble for that. Because the parents I've seen on a lot of them shows, them parents they found out them crime shows where the kids and the guy, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, and killed off the parents because they didn't want. They found out the girl was dating the older person, and they didn't want her dating that older person. And then they tried to break it up and all that stuff. That and he knew that. Now you know that this is a child. You feel me? So now they press charges. You get this. You get this charge. You knew right then and there. A sane person, once you find out this is a child, to avoid that, they gonna leave that kid alone.
Yeah.
You feel me? I didn't know. You feel me? You can tell if it's genuine, but some people still get the charge.
Yeah.
It's not the man's fault if she lied. It's not the woman's fault if he lied. You feel me? But if you knew, you are wrong and you should not mess with that person.
Yeah, because it always wasn't drug dealers. Like I said, I'm talking about like the 80s, like Paul was talking about 70s. I was talking about like the 80s, 90s era. You get what I mean? So even if they was hanging out, they knew, if they had the
70s would have been my era.
That the girls were going to flock. So they would use that as a form of grooming. So it's like it's different levels. I think it's all malice when you're preying on somebody, and you know what I mean, because you want to take advantage or get whatever you want to get from them. It's all wrong.
Yeah,
but I'm just like
that's like now with these teachers, right?
Let's talk about it, Q.
You see a lot of these, like it's a lot of female teachers out here that's just like taking advantage of students, right? I just read a case. I just read a case a few days ago about this. There was a teacher, I forgot where she was, but I mean, she gave this kid good grades because he gave her head and all of this. I was like, what was this when I was in school?
Yeah, the foot massage and everything else.
You know what I'm saying?
But
it's a lot. I think what's being exposed today is a lot of the female predators. That's why I flipped it, because before it was mainly the focus of the male predator. Now we're seeing there are a lot of female predators on these young men. And okay, just to go back a little bit more. Remember, I know, not saying remember. I've heard some of the guys say, yeah, when I was so-and-so, I banged this 18, 19-year-old, and I was like 15. She's a fucking predator.
Yeah.
She's a pedophile.
That's how I lost
but the dynamic for a lot of men is you got that, not knowing you were taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we were lucky. The hell in school, you know.
Look, we still trying to find a teacher though.
In school, it was like, damn, man, I got these ugly ass teachers, and then the prettiest lady is the lunch lady. And she got hair that she missing 4 teeth.
The teachers today are fine.
I'm like, I don't want to be in this school anymore.
Our teachers. Remember that show Hee Haw?
Yeah.
And they're younger teachers now, as opposed to like back in the day. I remember most of my teachers was old; they was ready to retire. But now you guys, the teachers are really close in age to a lot of the students.
I had one teacher, Miss Townsend, looked like Tamara Dobson, played Cleopatra Jones. She was 6'1". Look here.
Excuse me, I ain't had no crush on the teachers. They was all like all y'all up here.
If she walked, she's probably like 90 now. If she's still alive, I don't know. But if she walked through this door right now, I'm gone, y'all. I mean, not looking like she would look now. I'm just saying, like how she looked.
You're going bullshit. You're still going after her. Don't lie. Don't lie. You're still going after her.
I used to stay after school, right? And the teacher that I liked, I used to beat the erasers. You know what I'm saying? And clean the blackboard and all that. And just to be around that teacher I liked and all of that. She touched my hand. I be smelling at my hand going away home and then dreaming about her.
But listen,
I wonder what she doing right now.
That was the male's way. If you think about it, in history, they used to marry off women to the young women once they reached a certain age to the men. Sometimes for inheritance, name, money, you feel me, whatever, marry the women off. So it's always been a way for the older man to have the younger woman. And I was ready to say something else, but my hand is kicked in a little bit.
That
I know what I was ready
chick
to say.
had me write love letters and shit.
Listen,
I'm sitting there writing love letters.
it's a
Like
cue.
Little Rascals, what's that dude name? Norman Chubby.
Yeah, Chubby.
Oh, Miss Crabtree.
It's been going on. They've been putting it in the movies and stuff. If you look at all the TV shows that they put out there, it's a lot of shows. Most of the newer ones, it's always the plot is always some teacher fucking some student. So they condone that shit. It's been going on for a long time. The teachers been fucking the students since forever.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna write my letter tomorrow. Dear Mrs. Rumsfeld, I hope your husband died, cause damn, you were hot back in the days, and I wanted to hit it. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care how old you are now.
I was watching that Mary Kay Letourneau chick, right? That dude out in Seattle. That Mary Kay Letourneau case.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Dub, are you married or in a relationship?
No, I'm not. No.
You're not.
I told Dub he need to get it. Dub, get at me, man. I'm gonna show you.
Man, I don't believe in the lust stuff. See, I don't think I answered the lust question. Brother. I can't do none of that. Nope. Too much at stake. Sorry, I can't do it.
All right. So let me ask this. I think we're all in the same boat. Can y'all gonna listen to the question so we can stay on the question?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So the question is, I only asked because I think all of us up here kind of got the same status. Well, except for Jude. Jude is in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know about me.
It says,
that's gonna go with Fallon.
Well, actually, I have two questions. I'm gonna go with this one first, and the other one is kind of simple. So this one is, I think it came up before, but they added a second part. Y'all gotta listen. So how many? This is so chaotic tonight. I swear to God. How many years of knowing? Are you listening? Because you're gonna be the main one, and you're supposed to be the co-host.
I'm listening.
How many
That was
years?
my fault.
How many years of knowing someone should you get married or propose, or is it pointless after 10 years?
With me, when me and my late wife got married, we said if we could survive all 4 seasons, and that's what we did.
So a year.
Yeah. It has to be continuous. If you have a season, we have a breakup, a split, start back. We went all 4 seasons, and we said, okay, let's do it. We got married the next month.
Okay. I was in a relationship for like 10 years. I just came out of it 3 years ago. She's a good girl, but it didn't work because I fear marriage. I'll be first to admit I fear marriage. I fear commitment. I'm a commitment phobe because I see so much. I've seen my friends, they get married, they got love in their eyes, they say I know, then I see them. I was like, yo, how's the wife? Oh man, she broke up with me, she cheated on me, blah 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 blah. She's taking half my stuff. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know about this love thing here, but I'll give it a shot. So I gave it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed with her, even though me and her had our ups and downs and blah blah blah. She's more about the whole wanting to be married thing, right? She kept pressing me on it. I'm like, look, it's gonna happen. Let me work it out. I gotta make sure everything is solid. I gotta make sure I'm solid financially. I gotta make sure I'm solid mentally. I gotta make sure that because if I get married, that's it. I'm not doing this, divorce thing. I don't believe in divorce. I've seen too many of my people go into this situation. They got love in their eyes and love, and 3 years later they end up getting divorced, and the girl, taking half their stuff. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen. That's why I'm like, I made a post about Travis Hunter the other day. And people got on my shit about that, right? They were like, why are you so worried about Travis Hunter? I was like, because that girl in that picture, she's scheming. I can look in her eyes. That girl is scheming. She knew what
she only smiled when she married him.
Yes.
I've never seen her teeth until they got married. Like, yep, got you.
Got you.
Yeah. Thank you. And I'm like, I hope so. And then I read he didn't have a prenup. I said, oh boy, you get your stripes for this.
He's right for the pickings.
Yes, you get your stripes taken for this.
Eddie.
So what you think?
Oh, me?
This is a tough question. I'm kind of agreeing with some of the stuff that Quentin says, because it depends on what state you're actually in. Because there are common law marriage things, and there are different scenarios that can play out to where, I mean, a man is just trying to be a man, and the man's job is to try to provide for the woman and be the leader of that family if they have kids, or a leader of the family in general, even if they don't have kids. Now, certain laws, if you live in certain states, will allow the man to have that specific title granted, if you will. And there are other states that allow the woman to take half of it. So I don't think that should be the case. Specifically speaking, you could say that maybe the man comes in with more money. He bought the house prior. He owns it outright. Everything's set up for the woman to just be a princess. But she doesn't want to be a princess. She wants to be somebody who's going to come in there, and then she don't really like the guy anyway. She wants half. She's going to get half because that's what the state laws are. And boom, he's screwed because he really loved her. This, that, the other one. So, I mean, it kind of depends in the situation.
That's why the relationship dynamics is so fragmented right now because of this. You know what I'm saying? With all this stuff that's going on, the court system is catered towards the female. It's always been catered towards the female because the same thing happened with that. You know, I didn't have common law here in Georgia.
Pause. Time out.
What's up?
The question was, I didn't get the answer yet.
I answered it. I said, for
you did, but we get ready to go, and I want Paul to go into. The question was, let me go back. How many years of knowing someone should you get married or propose, or is it pointless?
Less than one.
After 10 years.
Less than one. It's done.
Yeah.
All right.
You should know right away. In my opinion, you could spend a couple months if you're moving in together and you know each other, all that stuff. You understand who if the man's going to be the provider and you get along and, you know, you're willing to say cook some meals because he's going, hey, you know what? I don't even care if you work. I'll take care of you. You take care of me. When I get home, like, could you cook me a meal? Are you going to make me happy? I'll take out the garbage. I'll clean up my half. You clean up your half. Does it take that long, really, to figure it out? Whether you're going to be happy or not? Are you comfortable? You know what I mean? And that's part of the game. You know, are you comfortable? And do you feel attracted physically toward the other person? If the answers are both yes, I don't see why you ain't moving forward. That's period for me.
Sounds good.
Paul. Why you got Paul, you next up, my love.
Hey, he was just putting himself out there right there. Like, ladies, where are you? Don't you find me attractive? Look at this smile. Look at this smile.
Hold on. I need Paul to go.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I've not reached that spot of feeling that in a year, 2 years, 3 years. Not even a 4-year relationship, because some people are so reluctant for you to actually get to know them. Mm-hmm. So you got to take things slow as they come. Mm-hmm. And no matter how much you may feel like you are a part of this person is a part of you. And you feel like, well, yeah, I'm ready to take this step. you gotta realize that there's gonna be changes that's gonna have to be made. And when you do that, you gotta be willing to commit to that, because if you're not gonna be there for the long haul, if you're not ready to give up everything else that you're doing, then that's not it's just a waste of time. But no, I have never reached that point yet. I haven't reached that point.
Paul,
I
have a
might
question. I have a question for you, Paul. Right? Because you're not the richest man out there. You're not the most handsome man out there, according to women. You're not the most handsome. You're not the you don't have the most possessions. You don't have the most this. You don't have the most. So is it in essence just finding somebody who gives you that comfortable factor in all factors of your life? If you can get along, if you got enough money to where you living comfortably, all these things, right? And you can find that out pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take too long. I mean, you're either going to be sinking or swimming after a couple months. I like Bronx. I like
you ain't
your.
comfortable. You ask the question. Are you gonna ask me a question, or are you gonna make a statement?
No. I'm asking you a question.
Hold up. Are you gonna ask me a question, or are you gonna make a statement? Because I'm gonna tell you this right here. You said. Hold up. Let me see. The question part of what you're saying is that I'm not the handsomest guy. I don't have all the money, all that good stuff. And am I gonna be comfortable with somebody? If I get comfortable with somebody, is that gonna make me be the more handsomest guy or have more money because I'm getting comfortable with somebody?
Exactly,
No, I'm saying comfortable gonna be comfortable. Hold on, let me answer your question. Let me answer your question. Comfortable is not gonna keep me there, want me to be married to somebody just because that. Comfortable is not enough. Hold up. Now you're gonna tell me what my answer's supposed to be. Hold up. You just asked me a question. Now let me accept my answer. Comfortable is not enough for me to want to marry somebody. Okay? Thank you. Okay.
But Paul, what I was trying to get to was, it's not really like your comfortability. It's her comfortability, because she has to see the things that you're offering. It's a two-way street, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have it, then you don't have it. If you don't have a two-way street, you ain't got nothing, and you might as well leave, because it's over. You know, so it's got to be a. Let's say the man traditionally is the provider. You got a lot going on. You got a good job. You got a house payment that's not too burdensome. She doesn't have a very good job, and you don't either. But combined, you guys can make things work, so on and so forth. I think that I wasn't trying to say that you need to accept somebody who you're comfortable with. She needs to be on that same road and go, well, dang, man, that guy likes, to play golf, fish, whatever. We're gonna have a great time.
Who are you comfortable with? Why you not married?
I'm saying, boy.
Well, why are you not married? If that's the case of comfort, why haven't you found a person that you're comfortable with? Because I mean, let's call it spade a spade. You're also not getting any younger. You know what I mean? The same rules can apply to you as well. So why aren't you married?
Why don't you? Okay, well, go ahead, answer her question. But I'm not through, because I wanna have a little man to man over here. Because
wait a minute, before she asks, wait a minute, before you answer your question, I just want to say, Coco, I noticed something. All these men put time limits on it, and that's one of the reasons why marriages, in my opinion, fail. In my opinion,
I don't put no time limit on.
No, mine's not a limit. Mine is actually like.
Okay, so no. Hold on. After Jude, I want everybody to go on mute, because every time Paul has tried to speak tonight, he has been cut off. He has.
I'm sorry, Paul.
So we're gonna play fair. We're not gonna do that.
I feel like what the time frame on getting married is when the motherfucker asks you to marry them. It shouldn't matter And I was saying what I was trying to say after Paul said what he said was me and Paul neck and neck we Pisces. So marriage to us might mean something different than to most of y'all, because we are feelers and healers. So in order for us to be all in, we gonna be all in. We ain't just married or anybody. But if you, I feel like this, when you meet somebody, like Dub said, it really shouldn't matter. I know a couple that met 2 weeks later, they were married. They're still married to this day. I know some couples who spend 5-10 years together, get married, and the marriage don't last at all. You feel me? It depends on the people. You know, if you want to marry this person, and eventually y'all will get there. Also, get normalized that some people don't want to be married. Some people just want to be together. You know, so marriage ain't always got to be the answer or the thing. No bullcrap.
Yeah, they want they.
Oh no. Y'all see, y'all see. I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's Paul. It's Paul. Let me go.
I don't know what it is about today. Y'all is not following the program.
I didn't say nothing.
I said after you, everybody is gonna go on mute because every time Paul has spoken tonight, he has been cut off, and we're gonna let Paul speak tonight. Please, thank you. Paul,
Thank you. I forgot what the topic was now because, like I'm saying,
you want
marriage,
me to read it to you?
like you were saying, marriage for one might not be marriage for two. And Dub there, Bob, whatever, right here, I can't see his name right there.
Dub.
Yeah. He's asking some good questions, but he should be asking those questions of himself. Y'all don't have to step in, but he should be asking those questions of himself as to why he's not married. If comfortability is all that you're looking for, I'm quite sure you, in all your young life, you have been comfortable around some woman, and she's been comfortable around you. I'm quite sure y'all should have went on and hit it off and got married. I'm saying, for people, you gotta understand, people. I'm from a different generation. I'm not sure how old you might be, but I'm from a different era. I'm from a different era, period in time, and I look at things a whole lot different. I'm a baby of the '60s. I'm born in the first year of the 60s, 61. I graduated the last year of the 70s, 79. So I done seen a lot. I done seen relationships as far as people getting married. I see how that can work for some when they meet. Like you say, it can be spontaneous if that spark is there for them. But for a lot of people, especially nowadays, people really gotta feel each other out because you don't know where people are at. You got women that are so used to doing things on their own. They really don't want to give up their independence. They'll get in a relationship with you and say, "Hey, yeah, we can be together." But giving up my independence and getting married, I'm gonna have to cut back on something and stuff because I'm gonna have to sacrifice to be a wife as well as help bring in funds to the home. So I mean, you gotta realize, I thought about asking a woman to get married a few years before, well, the year before the COVID came, because we was dating. And she said, "Well, no, I don't want to do that because I lose all my husband's benefits and stuff." And I said, "Okay, I can understand that." So we just maintained the relationship until we just decided to go our separate ways. But I'm saying we end up getting married, it probably been worse. You see what I'm saying? Because I was comfortable with her. She was comfortable with me. She used to drive down the road to see me way down in the middle of the boondock sandbox and come back up to Asheville. I'm saying, I know about that. I live that. But that's just not enough. It's just not enough.
But Paul, so I want to interject here real quick because I think you'll understand this. So it doesn't matter. It's not regardless of the money that you make in these kind of things, right? So then, but if you're providing all of these things, if you can, now if you can't, then that's a different scenario and you're going to struggle a little bit. But let's say you were providing, okay? You could be a provider and you're going to provide everything. You're like, "Hey, guess what? You don't even have to work. I'm not going to require nothing of you. Now, if you get home from work and then, you're like, obviously, I think that food should be provided by your lady. I think that that's a given. You know what I mean? Because she cares about you too, right? So then if you're on the same page there, and even more so, you have things in common. I like to fish. We like the same music. I like to play darts. We like to play dice, cards, whatever it is. You got all these commonalities. So you're always going to be having good times. Even if you are poor and you both have to work, you're like, I like to do this. I like to do this too. We like the same TV shows, whatever it is. Let's go to concerts, this, that, the other one. And we can still keep our head above water because we both coming together financially. It makes sense. There's so many factors that it's like, if you're comfortable, now it's a two-way street. It ain't just, am I comfortable? Because then I'm going to get taken advantage of. I'm going to get taken to the mat. You will step on my doormat every day, and you will wipe your shoes off, and you won't give a shit. But I'm like, wait, that's my mat. You just wipe your shoes off on my mat. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying,
you just lost me, Dub. Hold on. Pause.
I'm so fucking lost, man.
Hold on. No.
I'm too high.
Right. So, okay, let me just say this. I don't think there should be a time frame on marriage. I think it's up to the two people. However, let me just
hold up. Yeah. Well, hold up. Let me say, Coco. I want to throw it. I want to throw it after this to Bronx. I want to, or Quentin. Quentin, one of the two can chip in because I don't want to be the one on trial here, right?
No. It's not that you're not. I'm just giving my little skill. But I did want to piggyback off on Paul. I think I see where he's coming from. I think so it depends on the two people. If that person is not comfortable or think they can show up in the marriage of what they feel like they should show up as, I'm with him, don't do it. However, the same way, if I don't think I could be a good wife, or if I'm not going to be committed and I can fulfill what I believe my role is to be, I'm not going to do it. Because a lot of people get into marriages and I feel like because they think, okay, it feels right, this is right, but they're not really ready for that type of commitment. And I think that's kind of, what he's explained. I don't think it's about the money. I don't think it's about all of that. I think it's about the personal, how I need to show up for my spouse. And I kind of, that's where it was going at with that. And I feel him on that. But my personal opinion, if it's 10 years and we not married, I stuck around for 10 years. I mean, at this point, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I just look at it like that. That's my take on it.
Well, Coco, when I said like the 4 seasons, the way we had said is like, we're going to take the 4 seasons to decide, like, you're going to have your act together, I'm having my act together. And if we're meshing for all 4 seasons, then we're going to say, okay, when we're going to marry. That's why once we got through those 4 seasons, we didn't have a split of anything. Once we got through all 4 seasons, we said, do you want to get married? He's like, yeah. And we made a date. We got married the next month. I wasn't ready, but I knew what I had. So I married her.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
You went on and lived it.
Yeah.
You lived it. You experienced it. You didn't just say, well, because y'all was comfortable right at the moment. You didn't say, okay, well, we comfortable and we're going to pick this season right now. Season right now.
We were both gangsters.
Yeah, I mean,
we were like bodyguards.
I keep trying to explain to this young man, I'm from a different period of time.
I know you fucking
you know who that is.
Hold on.
You know who that is.
You can just drop down, Rich. You can drop that person, but we not about
you know who that is.
With that. So I need you to change that name.
The capital letters gave it away.
I know. I just said whoever that is can be dropped.
You know who it is.
Why are they still up here?
You should know who it is, Coco.
No, pause. This is where I'm going to pull a card. Whose show is this?
Coco, you know who it is.
No, but whose show is this?
It's the Bosco show.
Who is that?
This is mine. So, okay, Gas is right. Okay, so now you can stay, but we're not doing that up here.
It's Big Bosco's Bits.
Hold up.
It's Big Bosco's Bits featuring Coco.
Hey, to try to stay on topic though. So if you're spending time with somebody for a year, right? And so, and you're going to work, and you know, maybe so are they, or maybe they're not. Maybe you're in a comfortable spot, right? But then if you come home and they're like, and you're like, oh, well, you know, what you been doing? And they're like, oh, well, I've been sleeping all day or something. You know what I'm saying? You can look around, every one of y'all, I'm sure, can say that whether you rent or own or whatever, you can say that you can look around and know that there are plenty of things in that house that can be done, you know. But then let's say she don't even cook you dinner. I mean, that's pretty simple. I don't think you'd get along with them for a year of you playing that game. You know what I'm saying? So you would
My girl
know
can't
right
cook.
away.
We've been together for
It's a
3
yin and
years.
a yang. It's a yin and a yang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with us, we had, I mean, we had stipulations. It wasn't. It was just. Our dynamic was strange. For real, it was strange because we both met. It was strange. That's the best I can say.
I just want to say my girlfriend can't cook, and she don't cook, but I don't
Well,
have
I
to take
mean,
out the trash.
We
I'm
only got
gonna
I,
marry
5
her.
minutes.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Jew, but it's
You
just
alright?
strange to me.
I was joking.
I mean, I don't mean no harm or nothing like that, but it's just strange to me trying to listen to advice from somebody that's single themselves, trying to tell somebody about getting married.
I knew it was coming.
Well,
I mean,
That
the thing
part.
is,
That part.
I find
Thank
it.
you, Paul. That part.
I've been
Hold up
waiting
now,
to
hold
get
up
in
now.
because I've been waiting for
I
you to
find
pop
it.
back on screen, but I'm trying to understand this because you keep coming at me
Yeah,
about
Paul.
getting married and all this about being comfortable and stuff,
Paul,
but
he
you
wasn't coming
single
at
and
you,
you trying
man.
to tell me
Paul, I
about
got
being
no
married,
problem.
getting married.
Paul, I
I
got
don't
no
understand.
problem in your response, brother, because
Okay,
you know
well,
what? I'm
I just want to
talking
make
to.
sure. I just
Hold
want to be
up,
sure because I'm
hold
trying to
up.
understand, my brother. You kept coming for me with your question, so I'm just trying to understand. Was it something that you felt some way about something I said or whatever? Because you
I
kept
think
coming
you're
for
his
me,
favorite.
and
Can I
so
say
now I'm
something?
saying you came for me about this marriage thing and how I
Can I
said,
say
well, that's
something?
I'm 64 years old, so I'm not gonna feel the same way you might feel about marriage. And the woman I thought about getting married, hold up. The woman I thought about getting married to, she get more her husband's military pension from him getting killed being a CIA agent than she would then give half of that up and both of us get our pension together. So no, it didn't make no sense for a marriage. So you gotta
My
understand
question
there's
is
more
this.
things about life that you don't know about. But don't come for me. I appreciate you. I know this is Coco's show, but don't come for me because you're
My
not prepared
question
for
is
me, my
this.
brother. Thank you.
My
Okay.
question is
Paul,
this.
no, let me get this in before you get the question. Let me
Why
get
are you
this in.
talking in
My,
Paul? Paul is an innocent person.
Hold on. First of all,
hold
you
up.
a guest. You guest. So hold on. You're going to go next.
I'm gonna change
You're
my
going to
name.
go next. It's first of all, it's all we don't do that. We're not going to do it tonight.
No, you're not gonna come for me.
No,
That's not.
No,
I
but
know
my
this is your
question
show,
to
and
Dub is
I
Dub
love you, I
married.
respect you, but
Yup.
I'm not gonna have somebody coming for me.
Chill,
You should be asking
chill.
that question to other people.
Paul,
You
he's
kept
not.
directing the question
Paul,
towards me.
just
Is
chill.
Dub married?
No, we got
Look,
that accomplished. I even asked that. I said, "Well,
and
why?"
let
Right.
Dub speak.
He's actually
He just
he's
get
voiced, but it's a lot of people missed it.
let him speak. The floor is yours, Dub.
So, Paul, what I'm trying to say is, in the same way that you criticize me because I am not married, I will turn around and criticize you because you talked a lot about lust. So at the same time, realize I am not married. Why? Well, maybe you've done. Hey, listen, and if you have done this, good for you, Paul. You know, you went when you were younger. Maybe you went to the bars and you were chasing tail. Good for you, bro. I mean, that's fine. It's all well and dandy. I don't care, man. That's none of my business. But I'm trying to sit here and go, listen, I do realize I am alone. And so my opinion matters to me the most. And now I could walk around, tell all the jokes I want, whatever. If there's going to be some chick that laughs at those jokes and just goes, hey, we might be able to get along. Then she comes over, hangs out for a minute, you know, hey, yeah, I like to barbecue, listen to music, drink a couple beers, whatever. Then maybe we got some things in common, and I'm gonna build my relationship based on who I am. And maybe I didn't know that for a long ass time. Maybe I've changed, and I'm like, no, I'm not settling for the lust factor. I'm settling for somebody who's gonna be like, yeah, that dude's a cool dude, and let's see what happens. And then, yeah, we do get along. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Hold up, Coco.
No.
This guy doesn't even have
I'm running out of time.
Coco.
I'm on a time clock. I'm on a time clock. We on a radio show as well.
Okay, done deal.
So, so the guest, you can say what you gotta say. Then we gotta go.
I was just trying why, you know, was he married to give advice like that? Because the question is, when you ask, you know, the question was, I agree with Bosco says 4 seasons before you get married, because you got to know a person in 4 seasons. So, but then I just had to ask him, was he married? Because he was giving, you know, wrong answers, and you know.
Well, actually, what he did, he gave from his experience, but he never said is what you should do. He said if he feel that if you could make that connection, do it. That's just his opinion. Like, I mean, because everyone's opinion could have been advice, but I don't know. Anyway, you gonna close? You want me to close?
You can come, Kathleen.
Raven Nation.
Once again, I forgot how to do this. Oh, thank you for tuning for the Casual Convo Show. Watch us every Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. I said every Wednesday, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks to Raven Nation. Thanks to Dub. I think Dub is a comedian because he's funny as hell. You got to come back. If you're a comedian, you need to let us know in the chat. Thanks to Paul. Thanks to my man Q. New York Giants, baby, in the building. Thanks to Jew, the spectacular. I can't even name the word. The shit. She's always in the building. To the host with the most. Ain't none of y'all gonna do shit. The hell with the Ravens. Rich in the back. Casual Convo. We out. Bitch.